going on? Welcome back to 100% NUFC. Sharky speaking. I hope you are all doing really well. So this is your Premier Predictions week number 5, and I do apologise about the lack of uploads over the course of the last week. That's because of the international break, and I just want to take a break from YouTube and restart afresh. Now, if you're new around here, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the video. And this is your Premier Predictions, where I will be predicting all 10 Premier League fixtures which take place over the course of the weekend. And if you get 3 Premier League predictions right out of 10, I will screenshot your 3 correct predictions in the next video, and it also gives you a chance to get involved. So without any further ado, let's get started, and we're going to start off with the Saturday kickoff, and it's 12:30 at Wembley. It's Tottenham versus Liverpool. Now this is going to be an interesting game. Tottenham come off the back of a 2-1 defeat against Watford, which Pochettino said he was very disappointed about. The fact they took the lead, and then Watford, who are a good run of form themselves, have managed to take all 3 points. Liverpool, on the other hand, came, within distance of draw with Leicester, but they managed to get the 2-1 win over them at the end. At the King Power Stadium, unbeaten this season, doing really, really well. They have been tipped for the league, and there's no reason why they can't challenge for the league this season. They've got a very good squad. I've got on record to say that in many videos. Liverpool, they just know how to win games, and they just know how to, they use their quality this time, and they're actually making the most of the chances, and Jurgen Klopp wants them to continue that throughout the season. I think it's going to be a tough game because Tottenham will want to, bounce back. Liverpool will want to continue their unbeaten form this season. Tottenham have got a very good squad. They've got some good players in Dele Alli, Harry Kane, that Liverpool will want to watch out for. Also, Tottenham, will want to be watching out for the likes of Mohamed Salah. But if I was to put my neck on the line, I'm going to go for a Tottenham 1, Liverpool 2 result. Next up, it's the 3 o'clock kickoffs. It is Bournemouth versus Leicester at the Vitality Stadium. Now, Bournemouth lost by 2-0 at Chelsea, which is no disappointing result for them, because you've got to remember it's Bournemouth. Their adventure this season's been unreal. How they've managed to stay unbeaten up until that point is a good thing. Under Eddie Howe, he's got a way of playing. They've got that understanding, and I've said that in many videos. And Bournemouth now, we're very tough to beat at the Vitality Stadium. It's a small ground, but they don't let that worry them, because they all know that the crowd's on their side. Got Leicester, who will want to bounce back. They lost by 2-1 at home to Liverpool. They'll be wanting to get some points straight away and to try and continue their half-decent form that they've had this season. Leicester have got a good squad. Leicester, you just don't know what you're going to get from them, because one minute they could win the game, the next minute they could draw it, and then they could lose. I think it's going to be a tough game for both, because both squads are very good, and I think they'll both be thereabouts on the day. I think they'll be at each other from minute 1. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Next up, it's Chelsea versus Cardiff. Chelsea will want to continue their really good form this season under Sarri, playing some really good stuff. Chelsea beat Bournemouth, as I said just before there. They'll want to continue the good form. Cardiff, on the other hand, were very unlucky against Arsenal. They lost by 3-2, but they played some good stuff. They came back twice, only for Lacazette to score the decisive winner for Arsenal. Cardiff are starting to show what they're about. Yes, they haven't exactly got the quality in their squad, but they're definitely a force to be reckoned with. Are they going to slip this season? I don't think so, but I still believe, that they are going to be there and thereabouts, battling their relegation, and I believe that they'll not go down without a fight. But I just think at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea's going to have too much for them. So for a prediction, I'm going to go for Chelsea 3, Cardiff 0. Next up, it's Huddersfield versus Crystal Palace. Huddersfield haven't exactly had the best start of the season. They've drawn a few games. They've managed to get a 1-1 draw against Everton, which is a half-decent result for Huddersfield. A lot of them are predicting Huddersfield to go down this season. They are at home. Crystal Palace had a disappointing defeat last out against Southampton at their place. And I just believe it's going to be a tight game at the John Smith Stadium. I think both teams will be at it. I think Crystal Palace will want to respond. They've had a decent start of the season despite the defeat against Southampton. I think it could be a game where they'll be at each other, very similar to the Bournemouth-Leicester game. I think for a prediction it's going to be Huddersfield 1, Crystal Palace 2. Next up, it's Manchester City versus Fulham. Man City, they managed to beat us at the Etihad. Played some really good stuff. We played 5 at the back, but they still managed to break us down with their quality. You've got Fulham on the other hand, who managed to get a 2-2 draw with Brighton. They will feel that they should have won the game. They should have. They were 2-0 up at one point, and for me, they were by far the better team. Fulham will realise this season in the Premier League it's going to be tough for them. No game is easy, and you've got to take your chances, because if you don't take your chances, then you will get draws and you won't get the 3 points that you fully deserve. I think it could be a step too far for them at the Etihad on Saturday. I think Manchester City will win this one because of the quality by 2-1. Next up, it's my team Newcastle United take on Arsenal at St James's Park. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff, which is very strange because these sort of big games normally kick off, say, 5:30 on a Saturday, or you could say the early kick-off a Sunday, something like that. Arsenal, they'll be coming up full of confidence. They're 2 unbeaten, beating Cardiff by 3-2. They'll not be confident of the fact that they haven't exactly got the best record at our place. They lost by 2 or 3-1 last season. We lost by 2-1 against Man City 2 weeks ago, but I think the lads will be confident that we did take it to the wire. We could have got the 1-1 draw. We did play 5 at the back, but I think it could be a tough game against Arsenal on Saturday. I'm not going to rule them out. They have got a good squad, and they are scoring 2 goals plus every game this season, so we'll have to really be on our guard. I think if we play 5 at the back, I don't believe we're going to get anything, because I think at the minute 5 at the back is just not working. We need to play maybe 4 at the back, play sort of 2 in midfield, 2 wingers, and then 2 strikers up front. I think we're going to have to attack Arsenal, because if we attack them, we're going to cause them problems. But in terms of a score prediction, I think if we get in their faces, potentially we could shock them, we could win the game, but I've got to be realistic, and to back my home team, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Next up, it's the late kick-off, 5:30. It's Watford versus Manchester United at Vicarage Road. Now, Watford are on this great run of form, this season under the manager. They're beating Tottenham by 2-1, like a local derby. Manchester United, they won last time out as well, so both teams will be at each other, and it's a nice game to sort of round off, the Saturday fixtures. I think it's going to be a tough game for both. Watford, will not fear Manchester United. They believe they can beat anybody. Troy Deeney, they've got Andre Gray. They've got a very good squad, and they believe in each other. And a lot of pundits out there are tipping Watford for the league. They're not going to win the league. I mean, a Leicester moment, from 2-3 years ago, that's not going to happen again, unfortunately. I think Watford will sort of plummet down the table, but not by much. I think they will be around mid-table. Let's see if I'm wrong. But then you've got Manchester United, who want to go for the league this season, but I don't think it'll happen. The Mourinho talk, Pogba talk. Pogba's not obviously happy with Mourinho. Mourinho's not happy with Pogba. The saga continues, so I don't know. I think it'll be a game of patience. But in terms of a score prediction, I'm going to go Watford 1, Manchester United 1. Now we're going to jump into the Sunday games. It's the 1:30 kickoff. It's Wolverhampton versus Burnley. Now Wolves have had a mere start of the season. Burnley, on the other hand, they're out of Europe, not exactly had their best start. They are tipped for relegation. They lost to Manchester United at more. They could have lost by more than the 2 goals. Sean Dyche needs to sort of get them playing to how they were playing last season. There's no Europa League football anymore, so there's no excuse. They've got to get the ball on the floor and stop playing. Wolves, they'll not be scared. They're at home. At Molineux, they play really well. They've got some very good attacking players, and Wolves are not scared to have a go, and Burnley need to watch out for that, because they're not scared to get into Burnley's face, and Wolves have got a deadly counter-attack, and it's going to be a tough old afternoon for Burnley as well. So in terms of a score prediction, I'm going to go Wolverhampton 2, Burnley 0. Next, just to round off Sunday, 4 o'clock, it's Everton versus West Ham. Everton had a 1-1 draw against Huddersfield. West Ham, they just haven't won in 4 games. They've got no points. They will be looking for their first point of the season. It's going to be a tough game for West Ham, because they would be expected to be in the top 7 this season. They'll be expected to have at least 5 or 6 points by now, with the squad that they've got, the manager that they've got, and it just hasn't worked out for them. But I think it could be a tight game at Goodison Park. Everton are decent. They've got some very good players. They'll want to bounce back from the 1-1 draw against Huddersfield. A bit like West Ham, Everton will be up there this season as well, battling for the last Europa League spot. In terms of a score prediction, I'm going to go Everton 1, West Ham 0. And just to round off all the Premier League fixtures, it takes place on Monday at 8 o'clock. It's the South Coast Derby. It's Southampton versus Brighton. Now, Southampton, are on a good run of form at the minute. They won in the Carabao Cup against Brighton, and then they've got a good result against Crystal Palace, and now they'll want to end off all the Premier League fixtures by getting another result at home to Brighton. Brighton, will want to bounce back from the draw against Fulham. I felt it was a fair point for them. They can't tell me that they deserve 3 points because it should have been Fulham. However, talking about the game, is it really a South Coast derby? Is it really the derby of all derbies? You let me know down below in the comments. I think it could be a tight, even game. I don't think any club will want to lose it. It's on TV. And it's not the most attractive of fixtures. No disrespect to Southampton or Brighton. They will probably understand what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw for this fixture, just because of the meaning for both clubs. And I think a point for both clubs at this stage of the season is good, because they're going to be battling relegation, both teams, and that's what you need at the start of the season. You need to be picking up points early. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all my score predictions there, and you can put your running down below in the comments. Like I say, you don't have to agree with all of my Premier League predictions. This is what it's all about. It's all about you guys getting 3 out of 10. If you do that, you'll get a screenshot of all your 3 correct predictions in the next video, which will be out next Thursday. I want to know if you want to see the Newcastle United previews back. I've seen a few people say that they want them back. Let me know down below in the comments. Yeah. Anyway, it's been nice to be back, and put all your predictions in down below. There will be a matchday experience for the Newcastle United game, which takes place on Saturday. How are the lads? So stay tuned for that as well. There'll be a match review on the Sunday. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. It's been Sharky. Until the next one, take care of yourselves. See you later.